It says starting. Okay, welcome to Shitcoin Talk episode 58. I'm your host at Dumb, and I'm here with my boys. We're gonna talk shitcoins. Roy, how's it going, buddy?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's me. We have a very small panel today. Looks like, so we'll have to do some carrying with the sweet vocal tones of Roy Blackstone.
Fuck yeah!
Happy to be here.
The soothing sounds of Roy Blackstone. Excellent. Thanks for joining us. And then Godson. We got Godson here.
My name is Godson, aka
Slightly less soothing, Godson.
Oh wow! Yeah,
Wow.
I fucking don't even know what I'm doing here.
What the hell?
Just kidding.
Twitter,
Godson,
please give me back my followers. Thank you.
Wait, what happened to the followers? Did something
Dude,
happen?
I lost like a shit ton of followers.
How many did you lose?
Apparently, like all of my followers are just scam bots.
Wait, really? They did a purge or something? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they did. They did one yesterday. I lost like 500.
Oh no. Oh shit. Sorry, Godson. How many did you lose? It's in the thousands?
I can't say that.
Seriously, bro?
You need the Godson banana to chart how many followers he lost that day.
Godson's followers.
It's embarrassing, bro.
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Okay. I don't want to go into it. I'm scared to look. All right. I got a coin list here. We'll look into Bitcoin and see how Big Daddy Bitcoin's doing, and the ETF. If you guys are
oh my lord, you did lose so many followers.
How many?
Holy crap. Oh my god.
What?
Did you go look at it?
I remember I hovered over you one
How
time.
many? I need a number.
I'm telling you, he had like 65.
Rifferoni's brother.
He's lost quite a bit, lads. Like,
Oh,
can we give Godson some like I don't know, like a care package of like 10,000 followers, like real followers.
Someone
please,
buy
no
him new
bots.
followers, please.
No bots. It'll just happen again.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, dude. Okay. Ethereum, Tezos, AE, which is Eternity, Bitbean, QKC, I think that's Quark Chain, BTA, Raven, Aura, and IDXM, which are the IDEX coins. Mainframe, StakeNet, Bismuth, Key, Snowblossom, Zcash, Haven, Mew, ARO, and Burst. Those are the coins today. So maybe we should just start with Bitcoin. What's up with Bitcoin?
Oh, and by the way, before we start, in case if I just like randomly like drop out of the call, I'll be back. My computer's blue screening.
What, really?
For whatever reason. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's just like a driver issue. I'll be back though, so don't despair, lads. Anyway,
okay.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, what's up with Bitcoin? Godson was up late making some Bitcoin moves. That's what I hear.
Yeah, man, Bitcoin's just.
Maybe that's why you haven't slept, because the trauma from the follower. Follower bleed.
Dude, I can't believe you actually went back to go look at that shit. What the fuck, man?
No. I just remember in my mind, like I was like, wow, Godson has a pretty big account. And I'm like, wow, Godson has a significantly smaller account.
It's so bad, dude.
Yeah, let me share my screen real quick.
Okay, don't share any sensitive information. It's dangerous.
I hope not.
Okay, close the follower by tab.
I closed down like most of the stuff that I'm watching, so whatever.
The copywriting tab open.
Oh fuck!
The copyright the Godson.
Close that. Close that as well. It's not porn, at least.
No, all right, what are we looking at here? What is this?
All right, so this is the Bitcoin chart that I'm following.
All right.
A pretty good line support right there. If you switch to the line chart, you can actually see the diagonal sort of support line that's been holding Bitcoin for a while. There was this weird breakdown here, then test, and for a second I thought it's the end. We're all gonna die. But
Going down,
then
boys.
then it went, it went back up again, and actually signaled, bullish, right? Because these little sort of yellow crosses here, my basic EMA signal that I used to chop most of my coins, and that bearish one there and bullish bearish, bullish bearish again, and then it signaled bullish here as well, and then and I thought, wow, this is gonna be good. We're gonna hit some Vegeta memes pretty soon.
Bro, everyone got so fucking like hype over it going to like 1600 and bit. Twitter was just like boom, like everyone's just like whoa, and then what the fuck happened, dude?
and then it got wrecked.
Yeah, dude. That needs to happen like quite a few more times, I feel like, for people not to get hype about something like that.
Yeah, well, the line held once again, right? I mean,
yeah,
the test to 6K was the exact same support zone, and it bounced again, and of course people now are screaming about a head and shoulders forming right there, right?
Yeah,
which would bring us to 7.6 as the next sort of major resistance area. But Bitcoin is kind of being really weird these days. It's not it's not following basic just moves anymore. It's acting kind of like a crazy girlfriend.
I wonder why. Could it be that someone's manipulating the price?
No, not on Bitcoin.
Dude,
there's no way.
Don't say that. Don't say that, man. We're trying to get an ETF here.
Okay, so what is an ETF then? Because you guys probably know better than I do. I don't know what the fuck it is. Sorry.
Do you want to go with this one, Roy, or do you want me to?
ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. Okay, I'm not doing that. But basically, what it is, it's so CBOE. So we wanted an ETF a while ago, but what an ETF is it's kind of like an easy way for retail investors to buy into an asset without actually having to buy the underlying asset. So if you want to buy oil, you don't need to go out and buy like a barrel of oil and stick it in your garage, right? That's just unwieldy. Who would do that? Unless you're like a murderer. So what you do is you go and you buy an ETF, which is they buy the oil for you, and all you're buying is like the kind of the contract of the oil. So that's really what the ETF is. So the ETF is exciting for people because it's giving basically everyone a chance who is not in crypto to get exposure to crypto. This is not like CME futures, which is completely cash settled. The ETF will be buying spot Bitcoin as people buy Bitcoin, which means as institutional demand or retail demand increases, the price is going to pump. So it's a hell of a lot of money on the line that is currently not in crypto that could possibly be in crypto. So I mean, this is like the biggest news we've had pretty much all year, aside from all the amazing bullish news we've had in the past 6 months, despite the fact that we've been dumping like insane amounts. And a large part of that is because of the CME. We were talking about manipulation before. It's okay, we'll get the ETF because as long as the manipulators, are the people who are giving us the ETF, it's fine, right? As long as it's big money. So we've had like billions of dollars in like volume from CME futures. And again, those are only cash settled. But those were used primarily to drive the price of Bitcoin down, just even comparing the volume. And so now I think we're going to get to a point eventually where the prices are going to get so low and then they're going to start coming back up. I think that point probably has already happened, to be honest. But I don't really I've been wrong many, many times before with regards to like the Bitcoin price action. So I wouldn't like use this as a trading signal. But what I can tell you, like as 100% certainty is, eventually we're going to start moving back up. And I think it's going to be quite soon. And then once this ETF gets greenlit, whether it's August 10th or in 45 days after that, if they extend it, it's just going to be a massive bullish signal because it's going to put something back on the roadmap for Bitcoin because we really haven't had too much to look forward to aside from the halving, which is in like 2020, right?
Yeah.
No real reason for anyone to buy. Retail investors are out. There's no interest. Oh, it's dumping. Who gives a shit? It's useless, right?
Yeah.
They'll only buy at all-time highs. And so it's really the question is, when are institutional investors going to buy in? And the ETF is going to help facilitate that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with ETFs is, they're actually quite new, and they're kind of like really, really hot on Wall Street. So it's like if you were like a pension fund, or if you were like a fund manager and you wanted to get exposure to Bitcoin, you're not gonna go to Coinbase and buy $5 million worth of Bitcoin or whatever. The best way to do it would be some sort of like institutional vehicle, right? Some kind of ETP, right? But with the previous trials, people have done. Gemini tried to get an ETF back in March last year, and then you had SolidX, which was a Grayscale's thing. I think, I'm not entirely sure, but you've had many people try to get it, but
is Gemini filing for it again, or is it someone else that's doing it this time?
This time is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. CBOE. So it's like a really big institutional player backing it, and the main reason before was lack of oversight to really to actually because let's say you actually started an ETF, you're gonna have to base the price on something meaningful, right? And you're not gonna base it off of I don't know, whatever BitMEX's prices this week, right? You're gonna need some kind of like institutional sort of products that actually correlates with Bitcoin properly, right? And this is why the futures launch on multiple exchanges was a big deal. The one with CME and CBOE. This is why it was a big deal, because you can't use that same excuse of price manipulation, not enough
Word.
Well,
yeah, because the last time they tried to do the ETF, it was like Bitcoin was like $600 or something, right? Or it was like getting close.
It was like $1,100.
Yeah, it was like
dumped instantly, like 900.
Yeah, that was.
I remember. I saw that.
Yeah,
I had front row seats.
I remember that.
All right.
Yeah. All right. But what happened was actually that it pumped into $1,000.
And then it dumped into like fucking.
Then it dumped.
Yeah,
dumped
that's crazy.
700.
That's pretty insane.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that breakdown. I appreciate that.
We'll just watch August 10th. It is, right? 10th.
Yeah, the 10th is the date.
That would be an interesting day to make a ton of money. I remember the last ETF, thing. The one with the dump in March. Like I remember shorting that the hype, and
how could you short the future of money?
Yeah, why would you do that?
No.
Only a villain does that.
The funny thing about that story is the funny thing about that story is it's the only time I've been liquidated because my P&L got like so high, and I just couldn't.
Got automatically deleveraged.
Yeah. No, I literally got like the email you get when you get liquidated. It's just like the very same thing, but it's just like hey, we can't support this margin.
Yeah, we're not gonna pay you anymore, please.
And then I got really pissed and started ranting on Twitter, but whatever.
Word.
Yeah. So right. August 10th is gonna be really interesting, plan for
and it's only a month away. Like, I think like I said, if Bitcoin gets a roadmap again, I mean, we're gonna start just fucking pumping again. So I mean, I'm really quite bullish as always. I mean, I've been bullish this entire like 80% drop. So But I'm still bullish at the bottom. I don't care, man. If we go to $3,000, I'm still bullish. Like, this is just undervalued Bitcoin till maybe like 50,000. Maybe it's a little bit fairly priced then, but you know.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I just want to, like, for a lot of people, right? This is where I started trading, Bitcoin, right here, the $200 range, right? So this drop to 6K is still like 30x for me. So I don't even give a shit.
Word. All right.
Yeah, like you're not gonna shake holders out like that. That's the other thing about like Twitter sentiment. It's like, oh, we have to wait for parabolic Trav to like delete his account. It's like, there's no need for that. Firstly, because half of these accounts are already broke and they're out, and they've been out for a long time and they have no money left. And secondly, the other people who do have money don't even care because they have so much, that they can endure a drop to even $1,000. No problem.
It still hurts though, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Do you guys know about Tezos? Are you interested in Tezos? Asked about it. Tezos is good or bad?
Tezos, man. Do you want to take this one, Roy, or do you want me to?
Tezos, in a word, buy signal. Like, Tezos is undervalued until it reaches EOS market cap or higher. That's kind of
Let's take a look here.
That's my holistic.
EOS is at a $6.4 billion market cap, and whereas Tezos is at 1.2 billion. So
yeah,
like 5 times or something.
Yeah, something like that. 5x, nice 5x. But yeah, I mean, it's trading at $2 and whatever right now, which I was telling people to buy at $2. So if you listen to me, congrats. You're probably up 20% or something. Not that that's anything to brag about. I don't brag about 20% on Twitter. I'll brag in
$2.03 right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll brag in like 6 months when it's at like 20.
So you're up,
but I'm pretty bullish on Tezos.
All right. It's not on very good exchanges yet. Is that right? Gatecoin and Hit BTC.
That's because everyone thinks. Well, yeah. So, I mean, another part of the problem with Tezos is the tokens are beta net tokens. They're not really mainnet tokens. But then they actually are mainnet tokens because the beta net transactions.
Yeah, they're going to credit you to the mainnet, right? Okay.
Exactly. When they transition to mainnet, like all of those transactions are still going to be kind of in place.
Good Lord.
So it's still going to be, it's basically like the mainnet, right now, except it's not.
Wait, what the hell happened?
To what?
Well, I just wanted to say,
those are futures.
Oh, okay.
I'm really happy for, whoever bought Tezos a year ago and is gonna sell at a loss.
Yeah, no, I never did that. I'm not doing that. Look, okay. Look, I'll tell everyone. Full disclosure, Tezos is like 1.5% of my portfolio. So like, it was like half of my portfolio when I bought the ICO last year. But I've made so much money since then that like Tezos isn't huge. So like I actually kind of want Tezos to go like 20x just so I can like break even.
Yeah.
Make it half your portfolio again.
Yeah, I know. It's just like imagine that, right? You buy something, you wait a year, you expect it to launch at a 10x, and then because the team is so dumb, they don't know how to.
So it's the same price as ICO price.
No, it dipped.
ICO
was it's like 2x ICO right now, I think.
Do you pay in Bitcoin or did you? Yeah.
Hold on, I can tell you right now. Actually, go on ICO drops, Godson. They'll tell you.
Oh,
I think it's around 2x.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable.
Yeah, it's around 2x for me in Bitcoin price.
Okay.
Yeah,
in USD it's a lot more expensive.
Okay,
I mean, who counts in USD? I mean, come on, guys.
Right. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
It's 2x Bitcoin, whatever. Quick 2x. But yeah, I mean, I think it's like good accumulation price this year between $1 and $2. Like buy it, easy money, because it is a better project fundamentally speaking than EOS by far. So that's kind of my metric. Once it gets
that's a good thing because it was like Ryblox and IOTA, I think, that were kind of similar, and it was like IOTA was way valued and Ryblox was not at all, and so they kind of met in the middle. So yeah, I think that's a good way to gauge it for sure. That would suck though
Definitely.
to hold this ICO for this long and then just be like,
And then,
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It sucks a little. It sucks a little bit less because it's only such a small part, but definitely like, man,
the way Twitter was talking
me and
about
the
it, dude.
lads.
I didn't, I was just like, wow, that's gonna be crazy when it launches. Then,
Yeah,
And
everyone's
like-
like, yeah, man, Tezos is gonna is gonna be the next coming of Jesus.
so that dump is from future prices, and that dump is like when it hit market.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh no! Someone was just like, "Oh yeah, baby!" And then they like go to refresh the exchange, and they're like, "Oh,
But you know that I mean, the crazy thing is like those future prices aren't even that high. It only went to like $5, even
Yeah.
in futures, which
Yeah,
is like usually
I know.
grossly undervalued. I mean, it's just a fucking disappointment, to be honest. Like, let's just get that out of the way. Like, Jesus Christ, Tezos. Get the absolute state of Tezos.
imagine if I don't know, Filecoin launches in I don't know a decade or whatever, and you have to say that
Just
like,
complete Yeah.
yeah, oh my god,
all right."
yeah,
So,
on the FA side, that I suppose it has two things going for it, right? One is that it's actually going to launch soon, and hopefully, if they do things well, you'll get more exchanges. I mean, right now it's not traded on any of the big exchanges. So
yeah, the volume sucks.
that
Everything's pretty much sucks.
The volume's not bad. It's like 10 million daily or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
and I'm looking at according to market cap, it's like I don't know, 2
Maybe
million,
now it's, I don't know.
4 million. Yeah, either way. But
Nonsense.
when it gets a
Yeah,
big
so-
exchange,
so,
it'll definitely.
yeah, when that happens, that's
Oh,
good. And the other thing is the KYC thing they're doing, right? I mean, most people aren't thinking it's bullish, but think about it. How many people are actually going to do the KYC for?
So many people got wrecked by that, man.
You can't do it if you're in the US or something. Is that
No,
right?
You can't.
No,
You can do it, but I think you go to fucking prison if you.
That is so fucked, bro.
so it's actually
So
bullish.
first they took your money, and then it's like, okay, now we're gonna do KYC, and if you don't pass that test, you better hope you remembered your password. Oh, what's your password? Oh, that one thing that you forgot to write down a year ago. Yeah, that thing. We can't recover it for you.
Sorry, but if you make it through all that, you're gonna go to jail if you get these points, right?
But if you manage to escape prison, then yes,
You can
will
have them.
own-
But they're
you'll be
only
the-
at they're
You'll
at
be the
ICO
proud owner
price.
of you'll be the proud owner of Tezos that dumped on the market.
Wow. Damn. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So, everyone who bought Tezos can go fuck themselves. Why would you buy an ICO that's worth $200 million? I mean, what's wrong with you? Like, seriously,
I bought into it.
I can't even. When I was
Okay,
you
listen.
were new.
I wouldn't buy into it today. Let's put it that
Okay.
way. I've changed. I've evolved my strategy. I wouldn't buy into it today.
Yeah,
At the
I
time,
just wouldn't buy
That's
it.
what matters.
But
ICO
again, I
worth
mean,
more than, like,
but
I
the
mean,
other
just-
thing is, but keep this in mind. Like, it was never supposed to be a year-long wait. It was supposed to be October release, if you remember. So that was kind of what was sold to people.
October, as in like
Last
10
year,
months ago?
October.
Right.
Yes, as in 10 fucking months ago. That's what I'm saying. So, like, if
Right.
it actually did release in October for a 2x, it's just
Uh-oh.
released a year later for
Yeah.
2x.
that sucks. All
Bye,
right,
Tezos.
So,
but yeah, Tezos
Yeah,
is
so-
okay. I think.
sorry to everyone who bought this. Next time, don't buy an ICO worth more than $100 million. I mean, like, what is your plan? Like, if it goes to, I don't know, $1 billion, you make a 10x. I mean, come on, like that's just really bad risk reward. So just don't do it.
What is
That's
your plan?
All right.
Dark Knight.
I mean, so thinking about you compared it to EOS, right? This thing still dumped like, what is this?
Yeah,
90%.
but those guys
90%.
raised like
They've literally
$4 billion.
raised like yeah,
They raised, like,
they're
$4
still
billion.
they're
I mean-
still raising money, dude.
Tezos is I think they stopped their ICO, but Tezos is undervalued at that. Shit,
It must have been pretty
recent.
recent. Like, they were like doing ice selling coins all the way to the top. I'm pretty sure on EOS.
Yeah, dude. I'm just saying, like, fuck EOS. By the way, like, can we talk about EOS for a second?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't care. Look at this chart. It's funky, man. I'll just go ahead.
EOS
I mean, like,
is
what is this even?
Yeah, that's
I
a
just-
We're gonna hold.
chart.
We're gonna hold a year-long ICO, and then we're gonna, as soon as mainnet comes out, we're just gonna completely stop the network. Turns out it's all centralized. And by the way, thanks for giving us all of that ETH. We're just gonna market dump it as a last fuck you to Ethereum, which, by the way, was the fucking platform that gave us all of this wealth and ability to do. Like, it's just so fucked, man.
Yeah, you know that Vitalik guy? Fuck him.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah. EOS is fucking weird. I don't know.
I'm glad EOS sold all of their ETH though. They have no more ETH to dump now. All they have is their crappy
That
EOS.
sounds like terrible like planning to do that. To even think about selling all of your Ethereum you raised, like that just sounds like a bad idea. But whatever.
Yeah. I mean, the ETH is
yeah,
worth
well,
more
I
than.
mean, yeah,
whatever.
you can't pretend to be, the next Ethereum if your whole valuation is based on how much Ethereum.
You can't be. You can't call yourself the next Ethereum if you're releasing ERC20 tokens.
Yeah.
God damn, the whole thing is really dumb.
Yeah.
But,
All right. What's the next coin? We got I don't know. Some of these are really bad. Like we got Bitbean. We could talk about
we're not gonna talk about Bitbean. Fuck Bitbean.
dude. I don't want to talk about it because the fucking bean scares me, man. He's a scary looking fella.
Actually, let's talk about Bitbean for 1 second.
Let's not.
I
What?
actually tried to chart it, right?
Go. Let's see a chart on here. Let's get a chart going here.
There's no chart, man. I'm just gonna show you how bad it sucks, right? Like this thing is. Why would you want to buy this shit, right? Why would you want to
make it?
Hashtag just bear market things. God should show you how much it sucks.
I don't want to talk about Bitbean. It buckets. Okay, let's talk about Bitbean.
I mean, I guess if you listen to Needed Coin all day, and he's just like, well, Bitbean, you're gonna buy Bitbean. You don't know that he's the one.
Just a humble bean farmer tending to my beans.
Bitbean is for 4chan's favorite coin, dude. They just love it. Dude. They love the bean.
Yeah.
Or are they supposed to rebrand to Bean Cash and stuff, right?
Bean cash.
I don't know.
The true Bitbean.
The chart is interesting. It's not something I care about, especially knowing that people are staking it till they make it and have been for a long ass time.
Okay, so these were community suggestions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, someone bought the top of that, and they just they're just desperate for some hopium. So give them some hopium, Godson. God damn it!
Like some people probably bought this coin and are not even staking it. Like they're just hoping, like someday it's gonna go back up there. But I'm just gonna
Godson, give them some hopium. They need a shot.
Go some up, brother.
Hopefully, it's gonna break out of this downtrend and go sideways a bit, and then maybe pump, right?
Push sideways.
That's the best you can do.
As long as
maybe pump.
It might pump.
I can't even say that it's not gonna. It's gonna just keep dumping, bro. I don't know what to say.
God damn it. This is something that we should do predictions on and revisit in 3 months and see where it's at.
Dude, we're too lazy to actually do a show. We're not gonna do that.
I know. I don't know what it's gonna do, but yeah, Bitbean's weird.
Let's talk about Quark Chain.
Okay, you know about it. I don't. So enlighten us.
I don't know too much about it. I know that so there was an ICO. They raised something around to the tune of $4 million. This is a Chinese ICO. So if anyone, I made a tweet about it today. I watched the China Hustle movie. Godson and you just watched it recently. Honestly, it makes me mega bullish on Chinese ICOs. Because Quark Chain was kind of like the same thing. This thing, they raised an extremely small amount of money. Chinese project. As far as the fundamentals, I don't even think they really mattered. But this thing was destined to pump. It was day one listed on Binance, pumped an insane amount. And then, of course, market makers, whales, etc., got rid of their bags. And now it's just been in a healthy downtrend. About as healthy of a downtrend as you can have in crypto.
Do you know what the ICO price is, so we can just put it in?
I'm not sure what the ICO prices is, but I can check real quick for you.
All right.
Yeah, give it a good look there.
Let's see here.
Like, didn't they already know that there's like 3 coins that are named Quark?
Okay, so it's 5x in ETH terms, 5x in Bitcoin terms at current price.
Damn.
So this thing was way up on Binance when it was first trading. So huge scam.
Wow.
Well played, CZ. Well played, Binance. Obvious scams. So like I tell I've been telling my friends, like there's kind of, so there's two, so in the ICO space, there's 2 or 3 kind of sectors. There's like the Western market, and then there's like the Asian market. And then within that Asian market, there's like the Chinese coins. And these are the coins that really don't require any kind of fundamentals. If you looked at what ICOs were used for last year by Chinese wealthy individuals, what they would do is they would have a certain amount of Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever. They would buy into an ICO. They would wait for distribution. They would cash in their 5x or whatever, and they would continually do this as a form of like money laundering, because China is, yes, this is what China does.
That's cool though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're keyed into it, you can profit from it. But so I'm giving you guys like the trade secrets here. Anyone who's like listening to shitcoin talk, like take notes. Like
take some notes.
So this is what they did last year to launder their money. And so I do believe that they're going to continue doing this trend here, where every ICO that's Chinese, you look at Wabi, I don't really think it was a great product, but that thing went like 100x. Quark Chain, I expect if you do the math, this was probably 100x. NKN was another Asian product that ended up pumping not too hard. I think it went something like 4 or 5x, but it just goes to show you, like, even in this market, like Chinese ICOs are probably where you want to be, because the actual crypto market is a lot smaller in the West, because in the West, it's really just America and the UK, compared to China, where it's just a massive amount of retail investors, huge retail interest. So yeah, keep an eye on Chinese ICOs. It's certainly like a dangerous game to play, because I do think eventually there's going to be some kind of regulation or some kind of music's going to stop playing. But until then, I mean, as if we keep getting day one listings on Binance and things like that for just these complete shit tokens, it's going to keep going.
You really can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, ICO price, I would put it at like 250 sats or something. So yeah, it's doing relatively well.
This green line here is the
look at that tiny chart. That's such a tiny chart, dude. It's cute.
Yeah, because it's
a cute downtrend.
2 days ago. So what? This was what, a 20x on launch, and everyone got their coins.
I don't know who got their coins. I don't know about distributions or whatever, because
like a lot of people got their coins
too closely. Yeah. Well, I mean, you always got to watch out for volume on Binance, because Binance has some really freaking good volumizers, right?
Oh yeah, dude. That's
like I said, I didn't follow Quark Chain too closely, but this is kind of the same story that plays out every time with Chinese ICOs. It's an ICO. Whoever gets in, right? Most Western people don't even follow this stuff, and then all of a sudden, hey, we're listing, China coin on Binance. It goes up 100x, leaves a bunch of bag holders. Be very careful buying Chinese scams specifically wherever.
Yeah, buying Binance listings probably doesn't work that well. It's if you have the coins before the listing, I'm assuming is probably where you want to be.
Well, I mean that applies to anything really.
Yeah,
you always want it before the listing, but Binance especially, because
they love
how CZ does it. I mean, he Binance left China. They went to Malta, and I expect the fucking, what's the president's name? Not Mao. Xi Jinping. He's probably pretty pissed off about that. He's like, I kind of like that you were back in China, so you owe me like a few favors. So CZ is like, okay, fine, yes, Chinese overlords, I will pump Quark Chain for you.
Word.
I'm not joking. That shit happens.
Someone in the chat asked for OMG. Is there?
I just wanted to say, from a TA perspective, it actually stopped trending downwards. I mean, despite this being like a very, it's basically
like a baby chart.
A baby chart, right? So you can't really trust it too much. So, but for what it's for what it's worth, it stopped trending downwards. So
okay,
a good thing.
I wouldn't buy it though. Be careful, guys.
Yeah,
Be
yeah,
careful.
you know, it's still
in this market. You have an
5x.
ocean of good projects to buy. You don't need to take any risks. You can buy actually good coins.
Especially at these
solid destiny.
prices, you don't want to throw your money away. You want to be buying stuff to like,
For yeah.
for a quick flip. You don't want a quick flip, bro. All right, someone asked about OM.
That quick flip turns to falling off a cliff.
Yeah, it turns into a fucking crater. I haven't looked at OMG. It's not really my thing. We'll take a look at the chart and see if you guys even give a shit.
Real quick.
Oh my god, what the fuck, dude? What is this?
What the fuck is this shit?
What is this travesty? That looks terrifying.
That is terrible. That looks
probably
terrible.
No, you know, some of these coins actually make more sense.
That looks even worse.
Dude, that looks like the ETH chart like last year.
That looks like fucking monetary unit just hanging up for dear life before it plunges back to like single satoshis. Yeah, that looks terrible. I would not touch this. But
that's like a Head and Shoulders with like two heads. It's like the final boss of the chart. Like you must pass through the double-headed ogre.
I don't even know what the market cap is, but it's probably really fucking high still.
Yeah, it's really high.
You can always tell like $1 billion. No big deal.
Yeah.
It's hanging off a fucking cliff.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah,
There's no volume.
On both charts, it looks terrible, I think.
Yeah, but you know, that's the thing with trading is like, even if the chart looks good, sometimes you just have to ask yourself, you know, what's the risk reward here? I mean, it's not going to go to $10 billion, obviously, right? So you're not going to get that much money out of it anyways. So, you know, it's probably not best to buy something just because, you know, everyone on Twitter is, you know, shilling it or whatever.
I don't know if anyone is shilling this coin, Godson.
Yeah, whoever asked about this, I would, if you're invested, be careful, brother. But if you're not, I would stay away personally. But that's just me.
No,
I wouldn't buy this at all.
I've actually been, you know, hearing people talk about it. You know,
well, it's good fundamentally.
I'm pretty sure.
Very good fundamental coin. Yeah, but I mean, if you're just trading off charts, this looks like just fucking the final boss, man.
Yeah, someone in the chat's like, "You got balls if you're buying this." Yeah, I agree, man. That's for sure. All right.
Also, Steve. Man.
Yeah, maybe if people suggest stuff in the troll box, we'll look at it. But what else is on the list that you guys are interested in? Snow Blossom. Do you guys know about this Snow Blossom?
Let's talk about Raven first.
All right, let's talk about Raven then. I don't know about Snow Blossom anyway.
What's Snow Blossom anyways?
Yeah, we need news here for Snow Blossom.
Yeah.
Like we're just giving out like free 1000x picks. Like no one knows what the fuck Snow Blossom is.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. If you're listening, just don't worry about it.
It's summertime. Don't worry about snow, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So what about Raven? What are we looking at here?
Yeah. What are we looking at? Jeez.
Wow.
Raven actually looks really good from a TA perspective, right? Because I mean,
I was gonna say
this is something that's bottomed out. It's not trying to. It's not like recovering from.
Dude, look at that amazing accumulation. Look at that. You see
what exchanges is that on?
Crypto Bridge.
Crypto Bridge.
They still got the volumizers on there. That's pretty good.
Dude, is that volumizer? Don't lie to me. Don't shadow my dreams, man.
Dude, look at how they're all like. I don't know.
No, that's accumulation, man. That's someone buying in.
That's accumulation. That's not accumulation all the way fucking down, is it? Someone's been buying all the way down.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so if someone has been, then someone's gonna dump it, and they're gonna see a big fat red fucking volume bar. And that's gonna be your capitulation.
Well, the thing is, though, is like that. This looks like it's a huge dump, but it's really not. It went from 300 sat to 225. Like that's not a huge loss. Well, I mean, like in that bit where the accumulation kind of started.
I don't know what the emissions are because I know it's a mineable currency, so that might also be part of it. But I don't know. What's the market cap?
Yeah, it's 21 billion coins, and I think 2 billion or 10% of those are out. And I think it does have like 10 times the amount of emission as Bitcoin, I believe.
So that's still pretty high. They probably don't have someone taking 20% off the top like Zcash or anything like that. So
the market cap is $17 million, which is like, in my opinion, a steal.
Yeah,
for Raven coin. The reason Ravencoin is good, again, I don't chart. Like, I just look at things fundamentally, so I would just buy this here. Ravencoin is really good because it does things for security tokens that currently don't exist right now. So they don't have those things ready, but that's why you buy now before they get all those cool features and then it pumps, right? But what it's going to do is it's going to make security tokens very easy on their chain. So if you want to have a security token for, let's say, General Motors or whatever, maybe there are certain features you would like to include, like, for example, messaging all of the holders of the GM tokens or whatever. You can't really do that on like Ethereum, but you can do that on Ravencoin, or you will be able to. So like simple things like that is again, it gives something unique. So my kind of criteria for buying coins that I think are going to be the next like 100x, and I think Raven is one of them, is like, does it have a community? Check. Ravencoin has a very strong community.
Large.
When their launch, like just super dedicated. Do they have backing? Yes, Bruce Fenton is in this thing. A few other like top developers who were like, I think, closely related to Bitcoin. The Overstock CEO loves Ravencoin. So yes, check mark there. And then the final check mark, does it bring something unique to blockchain? And then, I just said, like, yes, it brings something new to security. So like,
and
this
also
is a really
it's mineable and no pre-mine and all that bullshit.
Yeah, no pre-mine, no mine, no ICO. Like, it's a fair coin, about as fair as you can get it. Of course, there's always talk, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a really great coin, and I think these are bargain bin prices at 17 million. You can't go wrong. I would buy here for sure.
I have a message from NitaCoin in the troll box. He says, two types of people in this world: those who understand compound interest and those who pay it. Can you guess which one is Godson?
Let me say there are two types of, well, there are people on the show, and then people who pretend like they have stuff to do and then just talk shit from the troll box. So
oh man.
But he said he loves your bananas. He said he's a huge fan of your bananas.
Let me say one thing though. The reason why you shouldn't buy BitB or OMG or just a host of other shitcoins is because NitaCoin is buying them, and NitaCoin is the worst trader on earth right now. Like,
I shouldn't have said anything.
People who bought the top at 20K look at NitaCoin and it makes them happy, right? It gives them hope that at some point in the future you can fail your way to success. NitaCoin is a very good example.
Did you like, how long did it take you to write that one, Godson?
Yeah, he's like shuffling for paper. He's like, okay, let me say something here. Like,
shuffles the deck.
And someone says, how is Godson not staking Bridgecoin? What the fuck? People have showed that shit since last year. What do you say about that, Godson?
Because I absolutely despise anything that would force me to lock up my coins or anything like that. I'm not a staking ass bitch. That's NitaCoin. It's just a fundamental thing for me. Is like, so fucking, I got hacked a few weeks ago and lost a ton of money to OctaX scam, right? And it's that knowledge of like putting your coins somewhere that you can't take it out of, that just doesn't sit right with me. And it doesn't matter, what it is, if it's an exchange or if it's a protocol. Dude, I could have been running, delegates for, whatever since 15, but I just wouldn't. I'd rather rely on my capacity as a trader than try to stake my way out of a bag that I should have dumped.
I'm on the opposite side of you on that one. If I can lock my shit up for a year and not have to give a shit about it for a year, especially with something like Crypto Bridge, I'm all in. So I put all mine to stake for a year. So it's interesting.
I'm happy with holding a bag for a year, but I'm not going to stake it while it dumps 80%. Okay.
Yeah, I can understand that, but all right, fair enough.
But anyways, back to Ravencoin.
Yeah, sorry. I
the
got
good thing about it,
there.
Everything Roy said was pretty good. It's got some really good fundamentals. the only problem with it is, that the fact that it's not on a bigger exchange, because they were trying to be all, just decentralized or whatever. And yes, this volume does look, pretty fake, but that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it does. But they're
Yeah, but
faking
that's
volume on Crypto Bridge, which it says something about someone is
No,
like working
yeah,
hard
no,
on this.
I mean, market making is basically just, providing volume for people to buy and sell into, right? So that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just,
No.
it's good practice.
I mean, the exchange thing, it's like that's really like a temporary problem, right? So like, don't get shaken out of something because of temporary problems for something that could be very good in the future. Like Ray blocks, it only traded on 2 exchanges and they were garbage.
And one of them
no one knew. No one knew. It didn't sound like they were applying to anything, and then all of a sudden, KuCoin, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, liquidity and low exchanges is a temporary problem, and for some smart investors, it's an opportunity to get in when prices are very low.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's one of those coins that I would be buying if I was buying coins right now. So yeah, it's not bad. It's a good project. Has good fundamentals, and just going through like a
Going through
momentary.
what every coin is basically going through right now, I'd say. But
Yeah.
word. Should we talk about ARO or should we let it go?
I don't know anything about it, so it's up to you two.
I can't really chart ARO right now, so I mean, I suppose we can just.
There's some people from the ARO scam support group in the chat, so we might need to give them like a pat on the shoulder, and it's like it's gonna be okay, brother.
The only pat I have is the team decided not to freeze the coins that were hacked.
That's good. That's good that they did.
Yeah, because you don't. Yeah, you don't want some kind of weird, some kind of like Ethereum classic type move, with people have.
Well, once you fucking display this power of being able to roll back a chain or be able to like do something like that, then yeah, all eyes are on you when something else happens. Like, what's he gonna do next? Is he gonna fix this problem? And it's like, yeah, that should not happen. So I'm totally down with them doing that. Because if they did roll back or freeze someone's tokens, then yeah, I would probably have to rethink holding a coin like that, to be honest. So, but that's just me. I'm glad they didn't do it. I was kind of worried they would.
Let me say, from a completely selfish perspective, if they want to roll back the coins and give me back my coins, that's totally fine. That's fine by me.
I don't think they can.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't, because they won't know who had what coins in the exchange, would they? Like, I know there's a block explorer and shit, but that's a lot of work, dude.
Dude, I know how much I had in the exchange.
Yeah, so you're like, I had 10 million of them. Can I have them back? They're like, okay, here you go, brother. Like, no, that can't happen, man.
You can.
So it's like that Trayvon video where he's like, "Look, guys, you didn't actually lose any money. Well, you kind of lost all your money."
I know what he was trying to say. He was like, you still got your BitConnect, but your BitConnect are worth nothing. Like, so yeah, you lost your money, dude. Technically, you still have all your BitConnect coins, but they're worthless.
Just the way he said it.
I know. It was perfect.
You kind of lost all your money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ARO is still a good project. Fundamentally, when the bull market returns, coins like this with really low market caps and really good FA, just like Raven Coin, are going to be the ones that give you the most return on investment, right? Not the $1 billion market caps of OMG or whatever.
God damn, that chart looks so scary, dude. I'm glad we hit that chart. Yeah, OMG.
It's just spelling a giant OMG.
So you're still a fan of ARO regardless of getting the exchange scam and stuff, Godson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not their fault, right? It's my fault for it.
Do you think they made an exchange just to do that?
That's the weird thing about it, is that the exchange was, it looked properly well done. It had like massive security things.
Yeah, securing your crypto for them. They're like, we're gonna secure it all for ourselves.
No, like
Securing our profits.
Yeah, 100%
brighter
profit.
tomorrow.
Yeah, dude.
No, like you know how when you see it like a really bad exchange, you can tell because they haven't put in security measures for.
Wait, so you're
anything.
telling me this is like when you go to North Korea and they take you to those towns that are like fake towns where they're like, oh yeah, look at this thronging center where everyone's happy and everyone's well fed, and then you leave in North Korea, you're like, wow, that was a great place, great trip.
No,
So Octax is
like
same.
no, it's like when someone launches like a new company and they put in like 1,000 hours building like a really really good company, and then building really good products, and they have like the perfect company that they don't have to scam anybody, right? You just run it for a while and you make money, and then one day they just disappear, right? And the coins, like the exchange stays on. Like the only reason it's gone right now is because the domain name expired, right? So it's like there was one guy running it, and then he got shot, right? And then the exchange.
This is turning into Skycoin.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started on that bullshit.
yeah. But the exchange ran like automatically for like a month, and then poof. And then, it's just like it was a lone wolf type thing. And
right. They added like a hot new coin that no exchange had, which is ARO, and then they just ran off with a ton of ARO. How much do they have? Like 5 million or something like that?
Yeah, but that's the other thing as well. Like none of the coins have moved on the actual blockchain. Right?
Oh, they wouldn't sell them right now. That's retarded if they did that.
It's just a really weird scam. It's a scam that even with all my exchanges that I've seen come and go, I would have never picked that one to be a scam.
Yeah, you can't pick them, so that's why you got to be careful for sure.
Never go to North Korea, dude.
No,
that's what we take away from all this, dude.
Just the moral.
I'm just sad that I lost my money. Whatever.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I can understand. So we're at like, what's the time on here? Let me see if I can figure this out. 50 minutes. So we could probably hit another coin and then wrap it up after that. Yeah. What do we got?
About MFT?
Yeah, let's do it. Mainframe token, I'm assuming, right?
All right, let's load up the charts.
All right, load them up.
Load up. Because I got some big flack on Twitter.
Wait, so God, since you lost all your followers, does that mean that you're like no longer a member of the community?
I didn't lose all my followers. What are you talking about?
Kind of lot, technically.
Technically, you lost your followers.
No. Mainframe is actually one of the coins that I've been trading.
That's a cool chart.
Actively.
That's fun.
Trying to accumulate as much as possible. This is a 15-minute chart, so it's not uber secure.
It's only been there since like the beginning of July, right? So yeah, that makes sense.
July 4th.
Yes.
Oh, 4th of July, brother.
4th of July. That was the line.
That was the fireworks, dude.
That was like the meme.
Yeah, that was the meme they used to launch.
This is America's coin, right?
Yeah, this is like America. Like if you care about America and freedom and hot dogs and baseball, buy Mainframe. Okay,
that's good.
So this is it's not a strong chart, from my perspective as a guy who, preaches using daily minimum. Just keep that in mind while we look at this chart. Basically, it bounced off this level, and this 230, which is what 4x ICO price, right, Roy?
What was the ICO price like? What? How many sats? Or was it probably an Ethereum? I don't know.
Sat price was 50 sat.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. So 4x, 5x.
Yeah.
I see a price. And you know, from what I heard, there were people buying OTC at that, you know, those prices. So that would be the reason for this support here. But you know, the coin, you know, there was a lot of, you know, people angry on Twitter because, you know, God forbid, you know, a man is excited that his bags
After 7 months of downtrend, finally
yeah,
some green.
some green, and you know, people are mad at me or whatever. You know, you can go fuck yourselves.
No wonder why you lost so many followers talking to people like that, dude.
The true American way.
Well, 'cause I think people on Twitter think that, you know, like I'm there to, you know, entertain them or something. You know, like I need them to make money or whatever. And it's like no, bro. You know, if you talk shit, I'm gonna, you know, clap back. It's not that important.
I'm gonna clap back at
Clap
you.
back. You're gonna clap back. Let's see what the
I
clap
heard of
back.
that meme. The clap
Okay,
back.
so America's coin, it looks like a pretty interesting chart. Looks like it's a little bit fun to trade, yeah.
Yeah.
Buy it, or Gotson's gonna give you the clap.
My God.
With his banana.
No.
So yeah, so this coin, I was in this coin since February in the pre-sale or whatever, and I was getting a lot of people on Twitter in it because I was excited about it. You know, it released on Binance. I was pretty happy about that. It's listed on Bittrex yesterday, listed on Upbit today, I believe. But you know, this is a coin that, again, you know, what's your criteria? Does it have a good community? In my opinion, yes, because contrary to popular belief, no one was given money for this. No one was given like free tokens or anything. People who are just talking about mainframe on Twitter are just excited about the project. Yeah,
wow.
No one was paid.
Yeah,
I know it's like a hard concept for people to think. Like, oh, right.
People can't believe that a project can be so good that people are, you know, other people are actually excited about it and not, you know, shilling or whatever.
Yeah, so in the community, you know, it's there. We'll see how it develops. You know, it's a low market cap. The people who, you know, who's the head of it, you know, who's the connections. I think it's definitely there. Mick is a great guy. You look at what he's built, Spatch, Onyx. These are, you know, great MVPs. You can even go and try Onyx today, which is kind of like their Slack replacement thing. So that's pretty cool. And then, you know, what was the third criteria? It was like, does this bring something unique to blockchain? And the answer is yes, it does. You know, this is something that will, I mean, the meme is like democratizing data, so on and so forth. But to not sound like a complete shill for my coin, you know, it does like anonymous kind of messaging, and that's pretty cool. So, and that doesn't, it's something that I think only Obsidian did, and Obsidian, like, for whatever reason, I think the exit scammed or something.
I don't know what Obsidian is doing. I have some.
I was big in Obsidian. I made a lot of money on that, and I like that coin as well, for the same reasons. But you know, they exit scammed. Mainframe, I have a little bit more faith. So yeah, you know, I think it's a really great coin. Market cap is very low, 37 million. You know, trading. You know, you could say like, oh, we're buying everyone's 5x. It's like not really, because yeah, I mean, I'm not selling. None of my friends are selling. No one is really selling who I know. And
you're not just buying someone's 5x, you're buying the coin of the USA.
Yeah, like, you know, like when you buy Ethereum, you're buying someone else's like 10,000x. Like, does that mean you're not going to buy ETH? Like, I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
And everyone's coin is locked up. So I was really just amazed at how people are so buttered about this thing. I'm like, geez, you know, you had a chance to get in. Everyone did. Even if you were a pleb, draw like a drawing, and they would have given you free tokens.
Yeah, I mean, they literally airdropped like what $3 million worth of tokens.
They did $3 million worth of tokens, which turned into like 30 million when it was like 10x, and now it's like 15 million. It's just free. And then they also did $1.5 million to charity. How many coins are doing that? You know,
that's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. Don't ever pay in charity, guys. Fuck that.
That's one of your criteria. Does it donate money to charity? Yes. Fuck it. I'm out, dude.
Yeah, I'm out, guys, for that reason.
That's good.
But yeah, I mean, you know, just because they went into charity doesn't mean you should buy it, right? But you know, it's just an example of like the morals of the team, so on. But yeah, I like it. I haven't sold a single mainframe. Happy to say, proud to say, I'm going to be holding strong. I'm thinking it can go at least 5x from here.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. All right. We're about at an hour, so we can just wrap it up. See what you guys have been doing, how you guys are faring in all this. What's the haps, dudes? This is your time to shine. Say whatever
Godson,
you've
you
been
first.
thinking. Oh yeah, go ahead, Godson.
Talk your shit about Need a Coin.
Oh yeah.
Well, first of all,
He can't do it. His power has waned because of his follower shave.
What the fuck?
He's like, as my followers go down, my power wanes.
Am I gonna get like 1,000, replies to my tweets now? Like, where the fuck did all your followers go? Dude, it's gonna be the new like nail thing. Now is people just gonna be annoying me about followers. No, not really. Like I said, I'm not really doing much right now. I'm mostly trading Bitcoin and some mainframe here, buying a few coins here and there, mining a hot new project that people, if you look at my tweets and you can read a little bit into them, you can find out what I'm mining, but I'm not really.
Is it a gem, bro?
Shilling right now. It's a bona fide gem, bro.
Oh,
And
nice.
It's gonna pump. It's gonna
Low
pump.
cap gem.
I love low cap
nice.
gems.
Never heard that. Never heard that one before, Godson. A low
Real
cap
nice.
gem. $500 million market cap. Low cap gem.
Yeah.
Tron. Low cap gem.
Low cap gem.
XRP, bro.
Bitcoin is a low cap gem.
Oh my god. Yeah, so just not doing much right now. So bear market things, man. We're all just kind of sitting and looking around and waiting for the right moment to start buying up coins. So yeah, I don't know. Pass it off to Roy.
Yeah. So what have I been doing the last 6 months? I guess in this bear market. I mean,
Praying.
Yeah, not really. Just kind of like posting my shit on Twitter. Like, I mean, I just when you're so sure of something, like nothing can kind of dissuade you from that. So I'm pretty sure Bitcoin's going to 100,000. So I'm like, I don't really care about prices in the interim. I made a tweet once where I was like, the price between your entry and your exit is all a lie. None of that matters. So it's kind of my thought about it.
Damn.
It's worked out well for me. I've been hitting Bitcoin all-time highs recently in terms of port value. USD all-time highs as of like a month ago or something like that. So
it is possible, guys. Yeah. It is possible.
Yeah, it is possible to trade in bear markets.
Anything
and I made most of my money in the bear. So of course, I'm always like, my main thing is like ICOs. I'm always looking at new ICOs, changing my strategy as time goes on. I'm no longer buying into Tezos. $250 million, wait an entire year for a lowly 2x and dump on day one. Yeah, that's not the Roy playbook anymore, guys. We're taking that one out.
Yeah. Delete the tweets.
All right. But yeah, so I'm in a few ICOs. I was talking about Holochain a long time ago, just so I can quantify what I'm actually in. I was talking about Holochain a while ago. I bought into the ICO. I sold at like 10x for like everything, and then I rebought recently. So I am holding Holo once again. I think prices are very fair, very cheap, and I've been kind of talking to Holo, the team itself. They got some cool stuff in store. I think Holochain is a great fundamental project. Aside from that, other ICOs I'm looking at, a few that I can't really talk too much on, but I've been looking at Acropolis. I bought into Acropolis, like, I don't know, man. I think it was in April. And they have been extremely slow, and they were extremely slow with like rolling out their updates. So we kind of went into their Telegram one day, and we were like, why is it taking so long? And we kind of started talking to them, so on and so forth. And I'm a little bit more bullish on Acropolis now. I think it's a pretty good project. I talked to the CEO. They really got their shit together, I think, and I'm getting pretty bullish about that one. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's bear market things, man. Things are slow.
Yeah,
things are going to be slow for however long, maybe a month, maybe a year, who knows, right? But eventually it'll pick up.
Are you ready for a year-long slow period?
I'm ready for the next 10 years, man. I'm in my bunker. I'm in my compound, okay?
Lock and load, dude.
Yeah, I'm ready for a 10-year bear market. So
God.
I will outlast the bear market, guys.
Yeah, that's the big question. As for me,
Yeah,
go ahead.
can I quickly just
Yes, of
say
course.
something?
Yeah, go
This
for it.
is Bitstamp is the longest history
Beautiful.
order history for Bitcoin, and this is the monthly chart for Bitcoin. And I just wanted to, like, every time someone says it's dead, is going to to zero or whatever, I just just realize that every single bear market is here, right? Every single one,
Whoa,
right? Like it's
that
it's
was
just
magic, dude.
yeah, I know it's magic, but like I said, I put out a tweet, before, so, I said every single Bitcoin bear market is temporary, and this is the great bear market of 2015. This is the great bear market of 2013. This is the great bear market of fucking 2010. It's all blimps now. That's
Yeah.
exactly what. This is what everyone has been screaming about. This thing right here. This people are just pretending like they all died or whatever, but it's
We're riding
it's
that
just
monthly trend line.
it's just yeah it's just this, right? So people need to calm down and realize you can short it. You don't have to just cry on Twitter. You can actually go to BitMEX or whatever and
Using
short
your
it.
referral link, of course.
Right.
I don't even have my referral link anymore. It got
What
seized.
the
But,
fuck?
whatever.
Wow.
Fact.
You heard it here first
You
from
really aren't a
Godson.
shill, Godson. Nice.
If you're gonna take anything away from this episode, it's what Godson said. Just calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down and short it.
What?
Edge.
No,
What? No.
that's a terrible idea.
You can't say that. No.
No.
It's not
Hey,
financial
Calm down
advice.
and short it,
Edge.
and then calm down when you get liquidated again. Like, calming
No.
down, dude.
Calm
You
down.
technically, you kind of shorted the bottom.
I know, right? Someone's gonna log on to BitMEX like Godson said, let's do it. Like
I'm not saying short it right now. I'm just saying hedge. If you feel overexposed in crypto, I wrote a Medium article like a long time ago. Go read it. Hedge properly. Risk management is all that matters, right? It doesn't matter how good your TA is or your fundamentals is. If you don't have good risk management, you haven't started, right? So
if you're
if you
feeling
feel
overexposed, just lose some money on
overexposed,
a Bitcoin short. Then you'll feel better.
No, hedging is not like if you're gonna hedge something, you never go above a 3x, right? So that's just let's start with that. People
Okay.
think BitMEX is for 100x or whatever. I mean, whenever you trade 100x on BitMEX, you're just telling us that you're poor. That you're just really really poor, and you can't afford to you can't afford to make a basic trade with 2x margin and make enough money to pay your rent. So you're out there spraying.
Never change,
This
bro.
is getting a little like
Never change. Yeah. All right.
just you should all you have to do is stop it. Just relax.
Calm down. Yeah, just calm down, and then and short it.
There's no need to be upset.
Yeah. All right. I think that's enough advice from Godson for an episode. Christ Almighty.
Yeah, no. Okay, so what I was just trying to say is hedge properly,
Still going.
hedge properly,
And
and
short it.
follow my account.
Please follow Godson. He needs help here. All right, I'll wrap this up. I've spent a lot of time on coinexchange.io. I think there's some really cool coins coming out. Shit coins, obviously, right? A lot of new Japanese coins are coming out. I think they're going to be a hit. So, just been playing in the Doge market.
The art of the blade.
No, not yet. I'm trying. I needed to learn how to read Japanese so I can start trolling Japanese forums and shit and finding new coins. So if anyone can translate Japanese for me, hit me up in the DMs and we might be able to work something out. I need help. Someone can teach me Japanese. But yeah, that's about it. I've just been chilling, holding tight. So Not shorting. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can tell it's a bear market because your room looks like it got repossessed. Like
Yeah.
you're just 4 white walls.
That's why it's pointed. That's why it's pointed up because like I don't want to show
You're just
the
in the
other side.
garage.
Yeah, dude.
You're like, yeah, I gotta end this one in like 5 minutes because the owners are gonna get home.
Yeah, I gotta go, bro. All right. Follow these boys, follow the accounts, give us likes or whatever. Follow Godson for sure. Make a Twitter account and follow Godson on a new account. Any last words, boys?
Don't short it.
Rest in peace, Messiah.
God damn it. Okay.
If you bought in at 20K, you haven't really lost your money.
You still have it.
You kind of lost your money.
You still have the Bitcoin. That's all that matters. Just enjoy the ride, dude, and calm down. All right, that's it. I'm ending this. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.
All right.
Yeah.
Later.